How's it going, everybody? Today we are going to cover the OBM to SMAX integration. And yeah, let's just do it. There is not too much to discuss about the logic behind it, but yeah, there are quite some streak of steps that we need to perform. So there are a couple of things that we already done on this environment, and yeah, I already performed several tasks that would be a prerequisite for you. And since we are connecting the SMAX, which is containerized, in OBM that is containerized. Both of them require some security work, which was done before. Basically, this is a simple certificate exchange that is done by just extracting and importing the certificates. So just to remind you, in order to extract a working certificate, there are several ways to do it, but I like to go with a simple way. You go to security, certificate, then you go to details and you say copy to file, and that basically exports the current certificate that you're using from the tab that you clicked it on. So we do it in both SMAX and OBM, and then we use the key tool in order to import both of the certificates to corresponding servers. So OBM goes to SMAX, SMAX certificate goes into OBM, and then we need to restart both products. Now, of course, you'll see in several steps from here that SMAX certificate import might not be required to be done on the command line level. The GUI kind of supports it, but we did not test it before, so I'll just went and did it using the old school technique by using the key tool. Another thing that we did, of course, I installed the endpoint, the on-premise bridge on one of my Windows servers and already created the credentials. So it's also a pretty simple task. You just go next, 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 next. You import the certificates from SMAX and OBM using the key tool that is part of the installation. And then you just click on new and create those kind of credentials. And I use the admin credentials for OBM. But of course, a good practice would be creating a dedicated SMAX user in OBM with the privileges, with full admin privileges, just for just for the kicks of it. So, but we're going to keep the admin. So let's do the deed, right? So first of all, we'll log into both of the products. And I'm already logged into OBM, but for SMAX, I need to go and log in into the default admin account, which is the Jennifer account. So we go, we do the password part, and we click on login. Okay, and the important thing, see that tenant ID? That's an important piece. You will need it for later. So in the meanwhile, you can just copy and paste it into Notepad or some other place. Just have it somewhere. All right. Now we will go to Service Portal, Agent Interface, creates a new tab, and tries to log into it, tries to open it. It's not that fast because well, the system is pretty remote. It would be much faster in your local installation. Yeah, what the heck. All right, so there we go. It's loading. And now you go to My Dashboards, Administration, Utilities, and then into Integration. There we go. Now we'll go to, well, we are on the agents and right now it says disconnected. So probably we need to restart the service because the machine was just sitting there for a while and everything was rebooted in a really wacky, unorganized way. So we're going to go to on-premise bridge agent and we're going to restart it. There we go, there it restarts itself, and I guess if we don't have a bug in this version, it would say connected in a minute or so. So let's just wait for it. Normally, if you start from beginning, you'll need to click the download agent, transfer it to an agent machine, and then just extract it and execute the installer, right? So that's the way to do it. And since that we are affected by this bug, basically it is connected. When you look at the log of your on-premise agent, you see that, well, it logged in, everything is cool with it. And yeah, but it doesn't reflect in the GUI. Yeah, it will solve itself pretty soon. So let's continue to the rest of our steps. Now we'll go to the endpoints tab, and here we need to click on add. We'll choose the endpoint tab. It's going to be REST executor 10. The endpoint name is going to be agent, and then we choose the agent. Well, that's not a very descriptive name that we chose, but still it is what it is. Now we click on configure, and here we need to set the location. It's very important to add a trailing slash here. Without it, it would not work. Basically, the configuration itself appends the rest of the REST executor, but if you forget the slash, it would not add it by itself. So be very careful about it. Then we go to credentials. Those are the credentials that come from the agent itself. So this is our indication that the agent is configured because, well, we got the credentials from the agent itself. Okay, and now we click on save. All right. And let's refresh. There's the agent and everything is good. We go to the external systems tab. And here we click on new in order to create a new one. And we say that its name is going to be OBM. And let's put the OBM in the description too. It's not very important. Authorized user. Authorized user is going to be user integration. So this user comes specifically from SMAX, and you cannot use any other. So we click on save. There we go. Okay, and now we are going to just click away, see that it works. Outgoing exchange operations. Now, I know that those are not super important, but still then. Let's add the endpoint here, and we'll choose all of those. Although they are not really playing a role, but you know, for a good measure, they kind of mention the things that you would like to see, right? So we click on the apply configuration. External configuration is OMI 9.2x, which is kind of old, but it's still the same interface. And now when it's done, you click on save. There we go. Now it's set up. Let's see if the agent is online again. No, we're still affected by the same bug, but we're not going to pay attention to it any longer. All right. Now, there is a Groovy script that you need to download. I already did that, but let me show you where you do it. You go to the marketplace, and you need to log in and download the Groovy script, which looks more or less like this. And then you need to edit it before you use it. So it's very important now to use the following parameters. The SMA tenant ID, you need to set it up to your existing tenant ID. Let me just verify. In the service portal, that is the tenant ID, the one that we saved in the notepad. So we put it here. You need to change the external system ID to OBM. And the integration user, it's set up to something else. So you need to go and mention that it's integration user. Now, there is a private static string service, which out of the box doesn't look like this. So you need to make sure that it says demo exchange. I think it had an additional couple of characters in it. So set it up exactly as it is, demo exchange. All right. Now we will just save our work. and it's located in the download, so we will remember it for later. Fantastic. Let's go back, and now we can go to our OBM, refresh it, and we'll go and create a SMAX user. I know that we kind of counted on creating the well, using the admin users, and we're going to use the admin user, but still, nevertheless, let's do it the proper way. We'll go to users, groups, and recipients, and roles, and we'll create a new user. It's going to be SMAX, and login is going to be SMAX as well. The password is going to be whatever you want it to be. All right, the passwords are matching, and we say this user is super admin. We create the user, and that's it. Our user is ready. Fantastic. Now we'll go to connected servers. It's right here in the setup maintenance, connected servers. Okay, and we'll just add our script already now, although we can do it later, but still for a good measure, we're going to do it here. So we click on new. We give it a very exact name, SA colon SMAX adapter. All right. And now this script is going away. We grab our script from here, Control C, Control V. Just paste it inside. Wait for it until it loads. And now we'll click on next. There is no need to add anything to advanced, but we are going to change the timeout to 600 milliseconds. All right. There is our Groovy script. There we go. You can close the tab, go back to connected servers, and we'll say, I want to create an external event processing integration. We are going to name it SMAX, of course, and the target server, just set up to your target server, the one that matches your environment. For me, it's going to be master ITSMA demo local. CI type is going to be a service management system. Serial per source. Script name is going to be SA SMAX adapter. Timeout 60, and then outgoing connection. Well, it's going to be the integration user that is part of the SMAX setup. So you need to know its credentials. The port is secure, 443. So now you can import the certificate. This is how it's done. You just click on import the certificate. You say connect and import from server. It goes to the server that you put in the upper fields, and you just say confirm certificate, and it just says, well, okay, I imported it. This is the way you're supposed to do it, but we doubled this effort, and we actually performed the key tool way. But I guess it should work, but I was not willing to bet in advance, so that's completely fine. We say enable and synchronize transfer control. And incoming connection for SMAX, we are going to provide um, the credentials that we created for our custom users. So it's going to be this. There we go. And then the fully qualified domain name is going to be master ITSMA demo.local. All right, there is no drill down path. We are clicking on our run test. We'll wait for a couple of seconds, and it says, you know what? It worked. So this is how you create the integration between those two servers. This is how easy it can be when you do it the proper way without digging too much. And yeah, I hope you liked it and I hope it works for you. So now it's time to test it. We'll go to our workspaces, my workspace. We'll just grab a random event, although it should be event with a CI, I believe, although we did not do any CI exchange, but still for you know, to make it proper, we'll just have something with a CI in it. So there it loads. System is a little bit slow, no worries. Gonna be much faster when you connect directly to your system and not through several gateways the same way as I do it. All right, so let's transfer this transaction. As you see, the transfer control 2 appears as part of the list. Click on OK. And let's see if it worked for us. If it worked, we will get an external event ID in the forwarding. Yes, and it's stuck. It's stuck because no, it's not stuck. There we go. There's the external event ID. Usually it's much faster. Again, the system is slow. All right. And when we click on it, we can do a little bit of the other way testing, right? So let's say we want to I'm not very familiar with this system. So contact reported by, and then we'll go to classification, category, let's say infrastructure. Okay, there is no infrastructure. So you know what? Let's just say, okay, let's see what we can do. Security, software application code. Let's say software, just software. Incident model, major incident, urgency, yes, okay. Assignment, expert group would be, let's, incident managers, I don't know. Okay, and the owner, let's assign it to Jennifer and Jennifer over here. Let's save. There we go. It's saved. Let's refresh. See, there we go. Assigned user has changed. Lifecycle state, initial support. So let's continue digging. So lifecycle state, solution. Let's say completion code, no fault found. And where's the last lifecycle state? Status in progress, let's say ready. And now we'll save. Let's see if it refreshes anything. Lifecycle state, initial support. No, I need to be familiar with the SMAX system as well in order to do it properly. But there we go. This is how the integration works, and it's pretty fast when you do it, when you're familiar with the system. Of course, there is a little bug that is going to, well, it was probably resolved versions ago with the external systems, right, where the agent doesn't say that it's connected, but it should be saying ready. And it's completely fine. I mean, and I guess if I would have a production environment, it wouldn't be that sensitive. So there you go. I hope you liked it. Hit that subscribe button because we are publishing some of this kind of content from time to time. And when I say we, I mean myself and I. I'm just a lone guy here. In my opinion, and again, this is just my opinion, I don't represent the company. This is a really great integration. It works as it should. It's pretty clear about parts that take place, how everything is working, and what are kind of dependencies are there and what's required. I really like the touch of downloading a prepared script, which can be updated by the dev, so we would get always the latest version. Really nice touch, and I'll see you in the next one.